Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a collective for today. Today is Saturday, May 10th, 2025. You may follow me on the Talk, the Tube, the Lemonade, the Blue Sky Social, the Pinterest, the blog, or not. Totally up to you. You guys, the link for my link tree will always be in the description box. My email is on my link tree. If you ever want to talk to me, you can email me. If you ever want to request a reading, you can email me. We can just chat, seriously. I look at my email every day, so please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, fabulous. We love that for you. Whatever does not, please do not take on that energy. Just leave it on the table for someone else, okay? We're going to use the Cosmic Energy deck. I got this off of Amazon, and it just says on the back, manufacturer is empath soul. So is it like right there? I have a couple decks by them, I think 2 or 3 or something like that. Sorry, I gotta fix this necklace. It's driving me nuts. Okay, now I'm ready. I hope everybody's having a good weekend, or I don't know if it's Saturday where you are, Sunday where you are, Friday where you are. I don't know. But I hope you're having a good day or evening. We got one on the table. Oh. Oh, we got 3 on the table. We got 5 on the table. Six on the table. Eight on the table. Ooh, they have the same card twice. I mean, it's not the same picture, but it's the same word, description word. Okay, one more shuffle. All right, we got 9 with the bottom of the deck. I'm gonna set this. Let me set this over here on the windowsill. All right, we've got hope, trust, bravery, transformation, compassion, balance, friendship, another compassion. I'm telling you. And bottom of the deck, inspiration. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. It doesn't matter. To me, this is either someone healing, or this is someone watching someone else heal. It could be both, honestly. Because either you are very brave or someone is very brave for their transformation, Or somebody else thinks that about someone. Somebody thinks that someone is very brave for their transformation, for their healing journey. And I'm not going to lie, if this is someone watching another person on their healing journey, this person watching them, not only do they think that they're brave, but this person hopes that they can achieve the same thing. This person also hopes that this healing person will have compassion for them, because they feel compassion for the healing person. And actually, that person that's healing is inspiring them to heal themselves. And with the friendship card, this could be a friend, a family member. It could be like an ex-lover that's a friend, if you want to go there, but it's a friend. And this could be a friend that you talk to every day. This could be a friend that you only ever talk to once every 5 years. This person sees this healing person as balanced, and they want to bring balance back to the friendship, is what it is, to the relationship. Now, if this is the person, the healing person, this is someone that had a lot of hope for their own transformation. This is someone that put trust in themselves, as you should, and possibly in God or whatever they believe in, universe, source, energy, right? This would be somebody with the compassion card twice. This is somebody that holds a lot of compassion for others, and they as well hold compassion for themselves, as you should. Life is not easy, and we talk about it all the time. We're all just humans. We're not perfect. We all live here on the same earth. We're all just scurrying around trying to find ourselves, trying to better ourselves, hopefully, trying to make it through until the end, whenever that is for you. I think this is someone that realizes in their healing journey, in their transformation, that not only are they bringing balance to themselves, but they bring balance to the world. Every time a person starts a healing journey, starts a transformation, ends a cycle, starts a cycle, it brings more balance to the world because you're more balanced. That's positive energy. That's going to balance out everything on this planet, this plane, if you will. And I'm going to say this because this is what I saw when these cards first fell out, and I experienced this myself as a healing person. This is someone that realizes that they need to hold compassion for friends, family members, possibly lovers, spouses, whatever, connections, period, right? Because not everybody is on the same timeline. You could be a hell of a lot farther along on your healing journey than your friend, right? Your best friend. But you should still hold compassion for them. And if this is, like if this is a close friend, and you're, way up there on your healing journey and they're still back there, I know it's difficult sometimes, as we're all human, we get those moments where we feel judgy and we feel like, oh, well, like I stopped doing that 10 years ago, people heal at their own pace, people grow at their own pace, and not everybody's going to transform the same way, and not everybody is going to have the same values and morals that another person has. And I think you have to look at it this way. the friends you keep are the ones that resonate with your soul, right? They're your soul tribe, they're your people, and you keep them for a reason. And being perfect is not one of them. So you have to recognize that as humans, we're not all the same. And maybe you stopped drinking like 2 years ago, and your best friend, like, they still go to bars every Saturday night and hang out with their other friends. Are you going to look down on them and judge them for that? I mean, you can, right? You can. But who's to say a year from then that they stop doing that? That they're like, why do I hang out at the bar every weekend? I don't want to hang out at the bar every weekend. Like, I'm going to do something else. And just because you feel like maybe that's not time well spent, or it's not productive, it's not healing, it's not growth, you don't know what that person is doing at the bar while they have their drink. If they're making connections, if they're talking to people, what if your friend runs into somebody that makes their own furniture, and they're like, oh my God, you make furniture? I want a table, like, or what if they meet somebody that, writes for the local newspaper, and they always, wanted to learn about writing and editing and things like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, even though it may seem like low vibrational or toxic, that's not really necessarily always the case. And everybody has a vice. Everybody has some type of vice, right? Like, you can't give up everything in this world. If you give up everything, then what do you have? Like, like, what am I going to do with myself if I can't drink, if I can't have sex, if I can't do drugs, if I can't eat what I want, if I can't, like, I can't gamble anymore. I can't, like, I can't spend money anymore. Like, then what's your vice? I, I mean, obviously, people get addicted to drugs and alcohol and gambling and sex and all that stuff, but I'm just talking like normal amount of time invested in those activities, every week, every month, whatever. I think even, I don't think, I know, me, myself, when I was first starting my healing journey in 2023 and going into last year, like, I was kind of on my soapbox a little bit. I'm not going to lie. But you got to realize, like, not everybody's the same. And there's a difference between not wanting a known toxic person in your life and being judgy and, like, kicking them out because, like, oh, you still drink? Like, I can't have anything to do with you. I don't drink anymore. I haven't had a drink since November. I would still go hang out at the bar with my friends. I would maybe even have a drink. I'm not going to lie. I didn't stop drinking because I was an alcoholic. I stopped drinking to kind of do a cleanse because I don't really feel like I need to drink. You know what I mean? I could have a margarita if I wanted. And it's kind of funny because I think throughout my whole life, I've always had this thought in the back of my mind that maybe I was an alcoholic. The funny thing is whenever I don't want to drink, I don't drink. And I can do it for months, years at a time. So I know I'm not an addict. I just realize that I like myself when I don't partake because I don't like the aftermath, you know? I don't like the headaches. I don't like the dizziness. I don't like the when you drink too much, you have no idea what the hell's going on. I don't like any of that. So I'd just rather not. Or again, just have one beer, one margarita, and call it a day. But I can go hang out at the bar and have a glass of water or soda or something. It's, or a mocktail. It's not going to kill me. It's not going to kill anybody else. It's all about compromise. It's all about recognizing that, just because you have a drink, just because your friend has a drink, just because your friend drinks, doesn't mean, that you have to like cut them out of your life. Again, the only people you should really be cutting out of your life are the ones that treat you like garbage, the ones that use you, the ones that abuse you, the ones that are narcissistic, the ones that have, and I'm going to say this, but you know what I mean, the ones that have mental health issues to the point where they're abusive. Okay? I've said before I have my own mental health issues. The ones that are abusive, those are the ones you don't want in your life. Those are the ones that need to get help for themselves, right? Figure it out. Whoever this person is going through this transformation, this is someone that is often inspired. You know, maybe I looking for updates on my phone about the stove. My stove is being delivered today. They're inspired by others. You know, maybe they watch TV, they watch YouTube, they watch TikTok, you know, they watch mental health stuff, they watch healing videos, transformative things, you know, people that talk about their life's journeys, people that are on what are they called? Like health and fitness journeys, right? Like exercise, you know, they get into exercising and running and walking, and you know, all that stuff is inspiring. It can be. I was okay. I don't know why I don't know why I'm being called to share this, but I was talking to my girls yesterday at work, and I was watching one of those little videos on TikTok, do it yourself, right? Where they take the old house and they turn it into something fancy pants and they flip it, you know, or they live in it. I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter. But I'm watching this like 30-second video that they, you know, put, you know, 6 months worth of work into a house, into a 30-second video, and you're watching the house transform and the changes that they make. And I look at my two friends and I said, do you understand do it yourselfers? And they looked at me and they're like, what? I said, look at this. I said, this couple transformed this like shitty little house into this beautiful house. Like it's beautiful outside and inside in like 6, 8 months, something like that. I said, I can't even bring myself to vacuum my living room. Both my friends started laughing hysterically. And the one is like, yeah, you're right. She's like, I don't know how people do that. And I looked at her and I have focus and I have drive, right? Like you know, I like to write and I like to do this with my spare time and I like to do other things, but it's like, I can't imagine, like, even if that's your job, right? Buying a house, working on it, flipping it, I cannot imagine having to do that every day. I cannot imagine, you know, like having to tear down walls and having to pull up flooring, having to paint, having to fix electrical, having to like I cannot even imagine it. Like day in, day out, that kind of thing. I, I can't. I can't. Oh my gosh, like it makes my head hurt. It makes my head spin. Spin. Ugh. And they're inspiring, right? Those videos are inspiring. They make you want to get up and do things. I don't know that I could do that. I don't know that I have the focus to do it. I think like after like 2 or 3 days I'd be like, okay, it's good enough to sell. Like it'll be fine, right? And it's like got no ceilings and no walls, but yeah, it's fine. Whoever this is, they get inspired by others, which is nice. I like that. And really, when you think about it, in turn, they will inspire others. I mean, it's just a natural course. All right, I'm going to leave it there after rambling for 20 minutes. I hope the message resonated. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you found it entertaining. I'll talk to you later. Bye.